Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
Well, we're here with Troy Clogg at Entrepreneur Academy Live 2022. This has been a huge honor. Emmy's running around with her little blower mower, bubble mower.
Love it.
Well, man, we just made the introduction. But I followed you on Instagram and stuff. Heard from Brian. Heard you on all of his episodes and things. So It's really cool getting to sit down and chat for a few minutes today. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Tell a little bit about. I know you've done this spiel 1,000 times. Give us literally the 10-second version if you want to of what Clogg is it Clogg and Associates? Troy Clogg.
So I don't really have a 10-second version yet.
Well, tell me the 10-minute version. I don't care. Whatever you want to share.
A lot of it'll get shared through pictures and some stories when I present later today.
Yeah.
Because it's a journey.
Yeah.
You know? I'm in my late 50s. I started when I was a teenager. The short story is not much older than Emmy, if that's right. You know, knocking on a door. Hey, can I cut your grass?
Really?
Can I shovel your driveway? Whatever. $2, $5, $7, whatever the market was. Just survivability. Trying to make some money, and then, well, that was the beginning. Tried a little college for a minute. Had to borrow money to do it. I didn't come from a family that had any ability to do that, so I worked all the way through school, cutting grass, cleaning up leaves.
Yeah.
And within a couple years of trying part-time college, I said, nah.
Wasn't for you?
Not for me, man.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do this full time.
Yeah.
And then the journey began. Went from myself and a guy or two to, 30-ish people to 100-ish people to north of 300 people in the winter now.
Yeah.
And it's just an incredible blessing.
So what do y'all do now? You started mowing, obviously. Are you just doing snow now? Is that all y'all do? What do y'all do?
About half the business is snow.
Okay.
From a revenue perspective, a little bit north of half. But that takes, between employees and service partners, that takes roughly 300 people, give or take.
Wow. Yeah.
And then all summer we're doing 10 or 20% of the business is high-end construction work, residential construction work, building really cool, fun fire and water and pools and whatever badass backyards people want.
Yeah.
And then the balance of the business is the same thing it's always been.
Yeah.
Only kind of on steroids, cutting grass, cleaning up leaves, pruning. I just added a tree care company, so now we're deep rooting, spraying, custom pruning. So we pretty much do from one end to the other and whatever anybody may need.
Anything in between. So a lot of the people listening to our show are guys that are young in business. They're getting started. They're in years 2 to 5, those crucial years, those survival years you hear talked about a lot. What's some advice that you give? Because we get a lot of questions about scaling, and you've scaled. So, and it's a lot. There's a lot. Like you said, it's a journey.
It is.
Something you said to me that really hit home was it's just how fast can you get back up when you fail. And so hit on that a little bit. Tell us a little bit about kind of what it looked like for you and advice for somebody else when they do fail, because scaling is not an easy thing, and it's very intimidating, I feel like.
Well, right, but it's also very different. It's also different now than when I did it, right? So doing the stuff in the 80s, I know most people, young people can't picture this, but first of all, there was no internet.
Yeah. There
was no communication around the world. And there was nobody else in business.
Yeah. There was none of this.
There was if you wanted, it was just the other kid who was going to cut the grass. Mm-hmm. Or it was a maintenance man or woman on staff. We're at a large facility right now. They didn't hire anybody.
Yeah.
They had on-staff people. So we had a different sales pitch when we came to the cities, or we went to the big mall down the street and said, hey, you don't have to, basically what we're saying is you can get rid of your employees and hire us.
Yeah.
So
it was
a different time.
It is different,
right?
Yeah.
Now it's, the new guy in business or gal in business that's going to compete with somebody else who's already in business. And there's already a price picked. It's already $100 to do that.
Yeah.
That didn't exist when I first started. But my number one recommendation always, always, always is math, lots of math. Keep track of everything.
Know your numbers.
Because here's what we're selling.
Yeah.
Human talent.
Really? Yeah.
We're not cutting grass. We're not plowing snow. None of us. We're selling human talent. So what's it worth?
That's good. I've never heard it said that way.
Then you add a lawnmower, or you add a plow truck, or you add a tree, whatever. But you're selling and accumulating human talent as an employer, and then you're selling that human talent to a customer. And so when you're the inexpensive person, you are not valuing your human talent.
Yeah.
Whether it's you alone or the people on your team. Because the trucks and the fuel and the blah, it all pretty much costs the same, whether you're the big guy or the little guy. There's really no huge difference.
Yep.
So how do you value your human talent, right? The lawn industry, in my opinion, has been a little frustrating because it hasn't been valued.
Absolutely.
The human aspect has not been valued over my career.
I don't think it's been valued by employers or by the customers.
No.
I think neither one of them.
No.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about scaling, no disrespect to most of the large companies that have scaled, it's a journey, and you got to be real careful that you're not, in my opinion, not building the scale on low-cost labor.
Yep.
Where you're holding people down in their life so you can make more money. People can do that. I will never do that. It's not the model I want to follow. It's not the one I recommend, but at the end of the day, knowing your numbers means you know that most of your money goes to people. So how can you be significantly different in pricing unless you're not taking care of your people, right? So that's the numbers to know. And how many hours, if somebody works 10 hours a day, how many hours did they really produce revenue? Right? So if it's only 7 or 8 of those hours, you still need to be somehow billing a customer for those other 2 or 3 hours. You need to get paid for 10 hours of somebody's time, even though they only spent 7 or 8 hours physically in somebody's yard. So all those little pieces and focusing on the people, then layering in the equipment, right? Job costing equipment, another huge change over my career. Trucks were $2,000 or $3,000. Snowplows were $500. A guy worked for $5 an hour and loved you. Okay, so it's the same game, but more commas than zeros. You have to know what this stuff costs.
And what? $500 for a snowplow. What was the one that what was the most recent one? How much was it that you gave away?
Like at least $10,000.
$10,000. Yeah, that's
and
insane.
They're worth every penny in today's world. But so if you're going to spend $500 or $10,000, how many hours is that thing really going to work? Because here's the other thing. What do we all sell? Human talent. What do we sell the human talent by? By the hour. Whether we bill it that way or quote it that way, it's going to take this long with this many people and this many machines. So just talk to the guy who won or gifted the pink plow a couple years ago. He's in St. Louis, right?
Zach, Zach Wilden,
Right? So he said he got 5 inches while we're standing here talking, so he's a little freaked out. But they seem to be managing down there. Yeah, they had a little unexpected early storm. But so my math would say we divide everything by the hours it's used or by the miles on it. And then you know the cost. So I could babble on. I know the cost of a snow raider per hour. I know the cost of...
I tell you what, if you wouldn't mind...
trucks, all these things. But I recommend everybody do this.
Pick your favorite piece of equipment, whatever you want to use. And would you go for 2 minutes and actually break down the cost of one of those, the formula for that? Because I think that's something that a lot of guys don't understand, myself included when I started, of how do we recover our overhead? How do we recover job costing and things like that? And there's a bunch of softwares that can help you now, but for somebody out there who doesn't...
There's software that can help them. Let me put it this way, Jared. You can do it with pencil and paper.
Exactly.
I promise.
And it can be done.
And a calculator. It's not that hard.
You can do it.
So pick any piece of equipment. Pick a truck. I'll use the snow raider because we were one of the first people to use them.
Cool, yeah.
You can use a loader. But the point is, so I'll use round math, not exact, to keep the math right. So you spend $10,000 for something. You use it for 2 or 3 or 5 years, whatever that time period is. So, and you maintain it. So now you spent $10,000. Let's say you put in 10% of the cost. Let's say every year you put $1,000 into maintenance. So now you have $15,000, and then you're going to trade it in or get rid of it, and we'll say it's worth half of that. So now it's worth $7,500. So $10,000 plus maintenance over the course of its life, $15,000 minus what you just sold it for in the end, $7,500. Now you spent $7,500 for that machine.
Yep.
How many hours did you work it, or how many miles did you work it? When you divide it, you'll get your cost.
Okay.
In my case, a snow raider is $35 to $40 an hour.
Okay. Now, is that recovering your overhead, or is that profitability as well?
No, that is the cost.
That's the cost. Okay.
So, because what do we sell? Human talent.
Yeah.
So if my guy is $35 an hour or more in the winter, and my machine is $35 or more an hour, now I'm at $70 or $80 an hour only when it's working.
Yeah.
Next formula, like I just said, how much of the day is that person physically not producing money? Because they're driving somewhere, they're sitting in a meeting, let's call it 25 or 30% of their day.
Wow.
Now we got to add that cost on there. Then we got to add some whatever your overhead is.
Yep.
I'm just going to call it 30%, but
Yeah.
call it whatever your overhead is between your. Oh, by the way, let's not forget the profit,
You got that profit on.
right?
Yeah.
So whether it's a snow raider, whether it's a lawnmower, whether it's a weed whip, whatever it is, the same formula works, whether it's a truck and how many years and miles. So keep track of all of it. But the other side is, so before you get into business or when you first get in, a lot of this stuff is available, right? Enough Google searches,
Yeah.
you'll find people's best guess numbers. And then, or if you have to rent equipment, it's really easy. In the snow world, pretty easy to figure out if you have to rent. Cost me this much a month, you get this many hours of use. It's all in a rental agreement. You can do the math real quick before you rent them. Right? If you're going to spend $20,000 a winter to rent a loader, and they tell you how many hours you get for your rental, well, that's your cost per hour. It doesn't get
pretty easy.
It's pretty easy. Then your guy, then your or gal, then all these pieces, and then how much money do I want to make at the end? So unfortunately, not enough people play that game. Keep track of it. Try to guess it in the front end.
Yeah.
The phrase in my business has always been round up.
Yeah. That's
Round
good.
up.
That's good. Yeah.
Figure out your math, what you think that thing's going to cost you. Go through this exercise, and then just add some cushion. Add your just don't go the other way.
When you get to your level, you probably get really competitive with commercial during snow. I know, like there's probably competitive price and things like that. But
Sure.
have you? I mean, I know you've heard like the 10%. Like, get your final number and then add 10% on top of that.
Well, we have built that into every formula now.
Okay,
right?
so you do add that
But
in.
we have built into every formula. We won't, and we have different factors. Are you going to use a front end loader? You're going to use a plow truck. How much of it is shoveling versus some kind of machine?
Yep.
Right. So the production rates change. A guy with a shovel is doing 2,500 square feet. A guy with a machine is doing 12 or 15,000. Right. Assuming you put the right machine on the right job. So many caveats.
Yeah.
And you don't know all that when you're bidding the job. That's the other part.
Yeah.
You're not sure.
No.
What machine's going to be there, what crew's going to be there.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you don't have a machine and you got 3 guys with shovels. Or you don't have the right mower. You have a smaller mower, but it's right next to the other site, so you cut it with the smaller mower.
Yeah.
All those things come into play. So rounding up, at the end of the day, all this industry, every industry deserves to make a good living. There's a bunch of hardworking people.
Top to bottom.
And top to bottom.
That's the thing, yeah.
But I like to go bottom to top.
Yeah, that's right. I love that
Bottom
mentality.
to top. It's,
Because the top won't have a good living.
It's without the people
the-
physically doing the work.
Yeah.
Which is where I came from, and so many, like, if you're not physically doing the work right,
Yeah.
then the rest is useless.
Yeah.
Who cares if you have a CFO or an accountant? All these fancy things, they're irrelevant.
Yep.
If you can't have a badass, hardworking, well-oiled and compensated front line,
Yeah.
whatever business you're in, and then just make money doing it. It's okay. The analogy I use all the time is, think about this. If you call an electrician or a plumber, come to your house to fix a light switch or whatever,
Yep.
okay, no disrespect to any of those trades, but the capital investment is minimal. There's a van and a tool belt.
Yeah.
Okay?
A few wrenches.
Those of us in the business have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment to send a 3-person crew to go cut grass, for an example.
And make $40 like long.
Well, only because we're our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
The answer is no.
Yeah.
The answer is no. No, I'm not going to do that. Mm-hmm. But not everybody is willing to start and then it gets scary. They start their business at 40 or 20 or 50 or whatever the number is, and then they get afraid to get out, or they get afraid to change. Never should have started there.
Yeah.
In the kindest of words, we need to do the math. Those are the numbers I was getting to cut grass in the 80s.
That's what I'm saying.
And in the early 90s. It's disheartening to me. I just want people to say no.
Yeah. But the thing is
get 1/3 of the lawns at the right price.
And you do have a third of the work and make the same amount of money.
Right.
Yeah.
I could spin everybody's head with this math. If you have a 10% profit, so if you do $100 worth of work and you make 10%,
yep.
You know, if you add just 10% to your quote, now you're doing $110 work. You only have to do half as much work.
Yeah.
Because on 110 you just made 20.
Yeah.
Versus on 100 you made 10. So the price only needs to go up in that. If you're making 10% profit, it only needs to go up 10%.
10% to make
twice as much money.
Wow, that is, you blew my mind. I haven't thought about it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the number one recommended to everyone is math and numbers, and then again, if people want to scale the daylights out of it and open 20 branches, and something has to give, and it's usually price, and then it's usually ultimately the frontline people who pay that price, which is not what I want to do.
Yeah. So how did you combat that scaling? How did you not sacrifice your people?
We're not so by scale, we still cut the same. We still basically have the same amount of human talent by body count cutting grass that we did in the 1980s.
Okay. So snow is where.
So I built it. And then it comes and goes, and we keep trying to build it, but it's hard to get that work because of what's happened to the market.
Yep.
I'm like, no, the math doesn't add up.
Yep.
We can't do it. I can't pay people year-round wages, full benefits, health care, optical, dental, 401ks.
Yeah.
Teach them, educate them, pay them to come to seminars, which is what I think everybody should do for their team, and charge $40.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
I can't do it. So the snow side scale, but we brought in other things, right? We added, so lawn was going to be lawn. Well, let's start doing some construction work. Let's start doing some enhancement. Let's do irrigation. You know, ironically, people will pay you $100 an hour to come fix their irrigation system.
Twist the head off and
but
back
they
on,
won't pay you 100 plus parts with 30% markup, but they won't pay you $100 to cut the grass. Once again, when you show up with $250,000 worth of equipment, it's nuts. So heads up to everybody.
It's the industry, though. I think it's things like that. Like there's so many people out there that just don't even know that we have to get the word out to say, look, if 2/3 of our industry will raise our prices, then the others will fall off. The bottom feeders will fall off, right. and then the price will be $60 or $80, whatever it needs to be in your market.
So the world, again, I'm a little bit older. The world has more communication and more knowledge than it's ever had.
Exactly.
Your podcast, so many.
Yeah.
But yet we don't use it as a human race. We still stick our head in some direction, and we just do it. It's disheartening, but people like yourself and others, anybody willing to share a story, it's going to get better if people pay attention and listen to this, right? What I'm going to talk on today, here's the trigger. Anybody who believes, it's beliefs drive behaviors, drive results. So that's just the way the world works. Whatever we believe in, we behave accordingly, and then we get the results. So if we believe we can make money at $40 a lawn cut, people will do it even though it won't make money.
Yeah.
Because that's their belief. The other guy did it. That guy over there only charges that.
Yeah.
So I believe it's going to work. Yeah. But it's not true.
Yeah.
There aren't enough people sharing the whole story.
But it can go the opposite way, too. If you believe you can make your 60, and you put the processes in place to do that and help other people learn.
It can.
It's insane.
And
it's
share.
A mindset shift.
100%. And share. There's nothing wrong with being, in my opinion anyhow, and being transparent.
Yeah.
We lost some snow work this year. We lose it. We gain it, right? Customers like, but look, they're 30, 40, 50% less than your number. I'm like, but they're wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
Here's the measurements.
They're not making.
Here's the production rates. Here's how many tons it takes and how many bags and how many times we do it. Here's all the free information. This is my formula.
Yeah.
Here. Go ask them theirs.
Yep. And they're going to say, well,
I don't care. They say they know what they're doing, and they're less money. Okay. Hey, if a buyer doesn't want to do due diligence,
exactly,
we can't fix that.
And
we can provide all the information in the world we want.
You don't even want that as your customer necessarily either. Like if you don't want if you're going to be that in depth in your research, your numbers, everything then you want people who respect that,
100%,
and who want to pay you that,
100%.
That's I mean that.
100%.
That's crazy.
But, so we have to, whether we're, a single person in a truck cutting some lawns in a residential market, whether we're our size, the guys that are bigger, we have to decide what our customer is going to look like.
Yeah.
And we have to decide what our people are going to look like that help us. And then we have to live by that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because obviously there's customers for everyone. There's staff members and team players for everyone.
A hot topic, this is total change, and we'll wrap this thing up. I don't want to hold you too long. Hot topic in the last year, 2 years, has been labor. We've always talked about that a lot here. Like, you treat your employees well. Yep. You take care of them. How has that worked for you? Have y'all had a lot of turnover in labor? Have you been able to keep people on? And if so, do you think it comes down to strictly compensation? Is it work environment? Is it what they're doing? Some keys for people who are trying to get these first employees in here and build their companies. How do they get a good foundation moving forward?
So there's an old saying. It kind of goes like this, that gratitude, gratefulness, saying thank you, being appreciated, all has more value than money and sex.
Yeah.
Over the course of your life. Right? So you need to, whether it's a relationship with a spouse, whether it's a relationship with a friend, whether it's a relationship with an employee, whether it's a relationship with a customer, my belief is, and why we don't struggle in that arena, is we just have a good relationship.
Yeah.
And it's grounded on my faith. It's grounded on this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to treat customers.
Yep.
And if you don't want to, there's other places to work.
Yeah.
But, I'm 40, what am I now? 42 years into this game. I was 17. Employee number 1 is still there. Employee number 3 is there. People have worked there 10 and 20 and 30 years and retired out. New people have come in. I interviewed somebody yesterday. I'm interviewing somebody again Sunday after church.
Really?
It's, where we struggle or have more challenges on the labor force is the H-2B program. We've been lucky. We've been blessed that we get the key people we want in, and they're all family members of the guys who already work here.
So they're bringing their own in.
So in comes family. It's so exciting to me. I mean, these guys, the first time we got this accomplished, there's your stories like I haven't seen my brother in 10 or 15 years.
Yeah.
And now he's living with me and working side by side with me.
That's amazing.
Like it's, so
how rewarding is that?
We would be, I get emotional. Hopefully I won't get emotional on the stage today, but
I mean, even if you do, it's okay because
it's okay.
Look at what you built. Like
it's okay. I don't hide it.
Yeah.
I just try not to have it ruin the presentation. Right? No, it's priceless to me.
That connects.
I think that connects lives. And what I'll share today is I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't believe that.
Yeah.
In my 20s.
Yeah.
I just figured I could outwork the guy next to me and do my math, and ultimately that's kind of it. It's also there's a little sports mentality here. Whoever you're, just outwork the person next to you for that position, you'll get that position.
Yep.
So when you're young and you're out there working, outwork them, outsmart them.
That's what nobody wants to do, though. Nobody wants to actually work anymore. They just want it to fall in their lap and expect it to happen.
There is no app for selling human talent.
Yeah.
So we're back to where we started. We are selling human talent.
Yeah.
So there is no easy way.
Yeah.
Brian texted me this morning. Where are you? I said, I'm in the office. I'll be there eventually. No. Where was I before that? A job site talking to my guys.
Yeah.
Where was I yesterday before I came to meet you guys? I was having lunch with one of my crews on a construction job.
I love it.
For me, you got to stay connected. Got to appreciate the people who do the work.
Yeah.
And never rise above that.
Yeah. That's good.
Never
Always
get
stay
humble.
That.
Get a damn shovel in your hand. I don't care what age, what stage you are. Stay close to
That's how you keep them in.
Stay close to the people who do the damn work. And say thank you.
Yep.
And whatever thank you means to them. So is it all money? No. It has to be a fair amount of money.
Yep.
And time off and
That's
education
huge.
or whatever they need.
Yeah.
Give people what they need and
what they want.
Yeah. And they'll take advantage of it or they won't.
Yeah.
right?
That's good.
So that's the
That's
plan.
amazing. As
that's
you wrap
the plan,
up,
Jeremy.
what is your why? That's our last question. We try to ask all our people here, and it's so it's so simple, but it can be complex. So, what is
that's
your why?
the title of what I'm talking about today.
Well, here we go.
What is my why?
There we go.
You don't have time for
made
that.
in heaven.
I think I have 35. I think you got to listen to 35 minutes and watch some slides.
Well, for the ones that aren't here, give us the 30 seconds.
So here's the 30 seconds is it was different when I was 20.
Yeah.
Then 30, then 40, then 50, and where I
It
am now,
adapts.
scratching 60. Right? It develops. But at this point in my life, and even looking back, what it was a lot of the time, it's painted on the side of our trucks in like giant letters. It's all over everything. Our purpose in life is to transform lives.
Yeah.
So my why is to transform lives.
Yeah.
Our passion is the lawn and snow industry. So we do it as best we can through the industry we're in. So whether it's doing what you and I are doing right now, whether it's selling our pink salt and helping families, or it's landscaping in somebody's backyard and busting into a conversation with them and figuring out their life and can we help them?
Yeah.
And that's it.
I love it.
Just make a difference in somebody else's life.
I love it, man. I think that's a huge key to why you become so successful and grown a large company and brought these people in, because it's about others, and you're trying to give back. And I believe that's very genuine. Like, it's not just a sales pitch.
No.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
I met you 30 minutes ago, and I feel like, hey, we're friends. Like, this dude is actually serious.
Happy to help.
Yeah. So. I love it.
There's not a lot of snow in Alabama.
No. There's not a lot of snow, but
I can still throw down a pretty good diagonal.
There you go.
With my bunt and walk behind that you don't even know what that is. Right?
No.
So I'm still cutting my own lawn with the original commercial mower that I bought to cut
You're
grass
kidding.
with in 1982.
Oh, my goodness.
And I
they
buy
don't make
it.
them like they used to.
No, they don't.
No.
Because it's the same lawnmower, and
Yeah.
I'm still cutting grass with it. Every
That's
other day.
insane.
I cut every 2 to 3 days.
Really?
Of course.
My goodness.
Nobody cuts my lawn. Nobody trims my shrubs. My
Yeah.
teams come in and help with construction projects when
Yeah.
we're doing stuff. But no, my wife and I take care of everything.
I love
It's remind ourselves this is what it's about.
Yeah.
And this is how long it takes, and this is how hard it is.
Yeah.
And don't devalue it.
Yeah.
Don't ever devalue what we're all doing for a living.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Not for the sake of chasing more money or scaling where you began the conversation. Don't.
Yeah.
In my opinion, don't.
Yeah. Don't up and leave.
You'll regret it looking back on life. That'll be the legacy you leave behind.
Yeah.
I could pay people not much money, and I could sell work for less money than the other guy.
Yep.
That's the legacy.
Yeah. Is that really the way you want to want people to know you as?
Well, that'll be your why.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Not a why that I want.
Amen. Not me either.
Well, man, I appreciate it so much. Thanks for coming today, and you're going to transform some people's lives in there today.
We're going to try.
I believe it.
We're going to try to get them to think about life a different way, avoid a mistake, get up faster, whatever it takes.
That's right. Thank you a lot, man. Thanks for your time.
Take care.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.